Farming has been my life since I was a boy. I've always enjoyed the country life. We have about 800 acres here. We milk average of about 500 cows.
I grew up on a dairy farm. My dad came to Georgia when I was 6 weeks old. When I was young, I started helping feed calves.
We have 10 children, ages from 21 to 1. And
we have chickens, we have horses, things the children enjoy doing, a few pigs, cows, calves, all kinds of stuff. The chores include the calves.
The girls get up and start their morning by feeding the baby calves. They go out and feed each one individually until they're probably 4 or 6 weeks old. The little ones are a lot just working alongside mom or dad or a big brother or sister, and they're learning a lot just by watching.
Raising a family on a farm brings a sense of togetherness. We have to learn how to live together and work together peacefully, and it's a learning experience for all of us.
I say dairy farming is a good life for a family. Brings us together, there's time together. Physically they're healthy, mentally they're healthy. There's so much for them to do.
I'm a veterinarian. I graduated from the University of Georgia in 2000 and I practiced full-time for 4 years. I loved to dairy and decided that that's what I wanted to do full-time. It really helps me here on the dairy. It helps me understand my cows, understand the health of the cows. It's very important for dairy cattle to have a balanced diet. Half of their feed needs to come from a forage source. The other half would be more of a concentrate. Behind me is distiller's grain. It's a recycled product from the ethanol industry. The distiller's grain it's a good product for the animals to eat. It's relatively high in protein. It's got a moderate amount of starch. It's got a high fat level as well. Behind me is a product known as peanut skins. When a peanut's taken to a peanut butter plant, it's skinned and made into peanut butter, and this is the waste from that process. We buy the peanut skins. They're pretty high in energy and moderately high in fat levels, and they make for a great feed. Cotton is king in Georgia. A lot of cotton acres are produced here, and when that cotton's picked, it goes to a gin. The ginning process removes the lint from the seed. So the lint is what's made into the fabric, and seed is a byproduct. Dairy and beef producers will purchase this cotton seed to feed our cattle with. Agriculture is a very small industry. We try to help each other out and work together as much as possible. It just makes economic sense when we're this closely intertwined.
What you'll see when you come up to our farm is a modern dairy. We built it from scratch. When we came here, there was nothing here but grass. When most people think of a dairy farm, they think of cows out on pasture, under a tree, grazing grass. What you'll see here is actually cows that are inside the majority of the day. With cows being inside, we're able to control the environment they're in and make them more comfortable. More comfortable cows make more milk.
We have 1,800 cows milking. We have tunnel ventilated freestyle barns where the cows live. They have fans on the ends, lights, water, sand bedding. The feed's available. They can walk around in the barns wherever they want to. They can lay down in the bedding wherever they want to.
We have many different technologies on this farm to enable us to monitor cows. We use a computerized record for the feeding, so we keep track of the cow's intake, how much they eat, what they ate yesterday, and it gives us trends to be able to get close to what they actually need. We've seen these cows when they were born. We've fed them as calves. We've raised them all as they're growing, and now it's no different. We still care for them even though they're milking. It's not just about the bottom line and the extra dollar of profit. We genuinely care for these animals, and we want to see them happy and content.
From the time we leave here to go get the milk and get back and actually pasteurize the milk and run the product, clean it up, it takes about 5.5 to 6 hours. We go to the dairy, we pick our milk up, we haul the milk, 6 miles back here to our creamery. This is our tank. It's a 1,000-gallon tank, modified to meet the state specifications for transporting milk. The milk comes through here out of the tank, through this pump where it's pumped into around these pipes up through here. And this is our separator. And whenever we want to separate and run cream, then the milk will go through here first, where it is actually separated. The cream will come out and we'll put it in cans, cream cans, and the low fat or skim milk will come out and go through the pipes into the vat pasteurizer. When the milk has been pasteurized for 30 minutes, then it comes out of this valve where it goes into the processor motor, and it's pumped then from here under the vat pasteurizer back up here where it goes into this press. This is a 2,000-gallon tank. We open it up and pump the cold water through the press, and it actually comes in and goes in at the bottom of the press here where it interacts with the milk, and they go through each one of these plates. And when the milk comes in this pipe, it's 145 degrees. When it comes out, this pipe, it's 38. This is put together and the milk comes through here and into the processor bowl where the jugs start on this end of the conveyor. And they ride the conveyor here, go around the filler where they're filled. They come through the capper, and then from the capper they go around the press, presses the cap on. They come around and they come out this side, and as they come down through here they go under the little shower bath where they're washed off and crated and ready to go into the cooler. Right now we're doing a whole milk, chocolate milk, buttermilk. Soon we'll have a low fat milk. We just have started running some ice cream. Last Saturday we brought the milk over, we processed it, and had it on the shelf that afternoon for customers to buy, and that milk was in the cow that morning. Our milk is all vat pasteurized, non-homogenized. We have to do an antibiotic test. It has to clear, of course, before we can run the milk. The state comes by a couple of times a month and they'll pull product samples and take them to the lab where they test the bacteria, somatic cell count levels, fat content, and also what will weigh the jugs to make sure there's the proper amount of milk in each jug, the pints, the half gallons, and the gallons. It really makes you feel good that you're able to provide a quality, wholesome product to your community.
Yes, it's a passion to me. That's all I've ever wanted to be, was a dairy farmer.
My dad's a wonderful resource. He's has so much experience. Even with my education, he's a resource that exceeds that. He's able to see things, diagnose what it is, and have a solution for that problem. My mom fills in a lot of times. She can do basically anything I can do. In a lot of families, there's tension between the different members because everyone's trying to do the same activities. But we're different, we're unique because each of us has our own different desires.
My brother, he's in charge of herd health, breeding the cows, treatments that are done on the cows, and the milking part of the cows. I'm in charge of young stock and row crops and harvesting the silage, feeding the cows.
We have our own different areas of interest and we actually complement each other well. He does one thing, I do another. We come together, we talk about it, we make decisions, and we'll go apart and do our own things.
I've enjoyed it, and if it wasn't for the next generation coming on, it wouldn't be something I could continue, but they are allowing me to live my dream. I'm Ed Coble. I'm a first-generation dairy farmer from Georgia.
I am Joel Coble, a second-generation dairy farmer from Georgia.
I'm James Coble. I'm a second-generation dairy farmer from Georgia. I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Scott Glover, a fourth-generation dairy farmer from Georgia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Adam Graft, a dairy farmer from Georgia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Eldon Aberle, first-generation dairy farmer from Georgia, and I'm dedicated to dairy, my cows, my milk, and my land.